Next, we touch base with the latest at the conservative camp, whose contender Kim Moon-soo is in Gyeonggi-do Province. My colleague Kim Do-yeon is there as well and joins me now. Do-yeon, it's good to have you on. So what has Kim been saying today?
Sunny, as you can see, Kim is up on the stage behind me, currently delivering his speech for the rally here in Gunpo, Gyeonggi-do Province. Now, with the early voting well underway, he's calling his set of rallies today the beginning of a great comeback. He says he's done it 30 years ago when he first ran for a seat in the parliament, and he can do it again. Take a listen to what he had to say.
I was third until the last 3 days before the election, but won it to become a lawmaker. Who picks parliamentary members? Citizens do. Who picks the president? Citizens do. We call this democracy, right? We're now at a crossroads of either going into democracy or a dictatorship, aren't we?
Claims that giving his DP rival Lee Jae-myung the presidency would result in too much power concentrated in the Democratic Party. The PPP is well aware of the uphill battle it faces, especially with its former president impeached over martial law. The party needs a dramatic shift to change the narrative. That's why Kim began today's rally in Incheon, the symbolic port city in the west where UN forces landed in the 1950s during the Korean War to turn the tide. He's now making his way eastward toward the heart of the capital region. Now, he also urged voters to go out and vote, as to turn the tide around in this battle, he needs to win through votes.
So speaking of voting, Kim took part in early voting over in Incheon, which in itself pundits believe is yet another symbolic gesture. Do tell us more.
That's right, Sunny. As we discussed yesterday, he chose to vote at a booth in Incheon, Lee Jae-myung's district. While the camp has emphasized this, as he went on to vote with his own daughter, who lives nearby, he didn't try to force that idea. Take a listen.
Well, it's not just about Lee Jae-myung. My daughter lives in Bucheon, right across the street here. We just stopped by on our way to other rallies. Lee Jae-myung could be one of the reasons.
Now, as you know, he did have questions about whether the early voting system is being managed fairly. There have been conspiracies, and with the early voting more complicated in terms of ballot transportation and counting, some conservative activists have raised questions, which Kim also partly agreed with. However, he voted early for this election and says there still seem to be questions, but the party will do its best to manage it fairly. He also says not voting is a bigger problem and urged more people to vote. That's all for now. Back to you, Sunny.
All right, and we'll let you get back to your coverage of the conservative camp. Thank you for that report.